Assalamualaikum and good evening to Prof and classmates. We are from Group 3 and we will present case study 2, the turnaround of Madichat Cafe. Our group consists of 6 members. Me, Juliana Ismail, Nurul Badira binti Roslan, Cikgu Nur Atira Madiha binti Cikgu Nazlan, Yusuf bin Abdul Halil, Nurul Ashikin binti Muhammad Yazid, and Nur Asmira binti Aminuddin. Assalamualaikum, my name is Juliana Ismail and I will be the first presenter. Okay, what we will present today is the background of the company, the differences between Australia and US markets, the limitation of using the success of Madichat Cafe launching in Australia as a blueprint to carry out its global expansion, the root causes of Madichat Cafe's failures to venture into the US market, and any recommendations to solve these issues, the strategy management accounting SMA model that implement in this company, and lastly, the conclusion that we can conclude from this case study. Okay, firstly, I will give simple introduction about Madichat Cafe. Who is Madichat Cafe? Madichat Cafe is a coffee house style food and beverage chain owned by Madimam Corporation. Then who is Madimam Corporation? Okay, Madimam Corporation is the parent company of Madichat Cafe, which lead to global fast food service retailer with over 36,000 locations in over 100 countries. Madichat Cafe's first store opened in Melbourne, Australia in 1993 and had launched in 2003. At there, it had good sales achievement and generate high profit. By 2008, it expands globally in Queen Street, New Zealand and achieved highest performance. As a result, Madichat Cafes became the largest coffee shop brand in Australia and New Zealand by 2013. It also had been successfully established in 300 locations in 73 countries. However, the success in Australia had triggered management to plan launch in US that results to big losses for Madichat Cafe. Now we go to the main part of this case study. What are the differences between Australian market and US market? There are 4 points that we can see from the differences related to its limitations. Firstly, culture and lifestyle. In Australia, they have coffee culture which they like to enjoy their coffee break. Since they live in a calm environment, they tend to value their leisure time. In Australia, there are also high-income communities and more concerned in quality and taste of coffee, so that they are willing to pay more just for a coffee. While for a US market, there is low population of coffee drinker. Therefore, it is hard to enter new market since no active demand. They live in healthy environment which prefer beverage that ready to drink since they are more concerned about time, speed in making the coffee and quantity of coffee. Therefore, they have on-the-go culture. They are also can be categorized as low middle income communities, which we can relate to the next point, which is value of proposition. So, the limitation if the company apply the culture and lifestyle in Australia same as in US market, it will not work well since all people in different countries have their own lifestyles. Therefore, Madichat Cafe need to do their market research about market segmentation to lead the success of business. For example, the coffee industry may work well in countries that have great work-life balance such as New Zealand and Denmark. However, it is not suitable for countries that have hectic lifestyles such as Dubai and Hong Kong. Okay, next, second, the value proposition. In Australian market, they offer high quality coffee because, like I mentioned before, Australia are more concerned in its quality and taste of coffee. Espresso-based drinks are quite popular in Australia and they also focus on luxury market segment. While in US market, they offer better quality of coffee but at reasonable price, which they use slight hybrid best cost strategy. They also try to introduce new menu for Malaysia, Coffee Tarik, to pursue more customer to like coffee. Okay, the limitations are these blueprint strategies applied to US is not correct. It's because US customers do not have same behavior towards coffee like Australia. They didn't care if the coffee was made of high quality metals or not. They just wanted to obtain it quickly so they could do other things. So that we can say it's a different market segment or target demand lead to different product preference. Okay, so for example, for working adults, they more prefer the bitter coffee drinks in order to increase their energy level and feel refreshed to do work. However, for young people, they prefer sweet and creamy coffee drinks so that they can enjoy their time with sweet moments. Therefore, it depends on customer preference in different countries, and Madhya Cafe should know to enhance their value proposition of customers. Next, intensity of competition. The two markets are different in terms of competition since there are different timeliness in involved coffee industry. In Australia, they had entered coffee industry earlier than US, so that they now have a stable competition compared to US. It's also known as largest brand coffee in Australia, while in US, they are new in coffee industry, and plus they have big competitors such as Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks that they need to compete to maintain their sustainability in market. As a result, they must improve their competitive advantages such as they engage heavily in advertising and promotional operations. The limitations for intensity of competition are it will result the uncertainty of investment in other countries, since we know that different countries lead to different level of demand of coffee. Thus, it will create different strategy management. If we use same as Australia's strategy in US, we don't know how customers react to the product that we sell, whether it is in good manner or not. Therefore, it leads to high risk if we still proceed the blueprint strategy. The coffee industry also will go slow if there is low demand. In other words, we can say that it can cause the volatility of demand and supply, so we have hard time to compete with other competitors. And lastly, the management of operation. In Australia, it based on full restaurant concept. They have external features such as a simplified menu, relaxing environment and free Wi-Fi service. They also have professional baristas which maximize the productivity and generate more profit. While in US, it based on coffee bar concept. Its discretion creates cool vibes with a modern design environment. There is also drive to service in US because US customers like to have their coffee quick and on the go. However, compared to Australia, US have lack of skilled manpower because coffee industry in US is not quite popular. Okay, so the limitation if Madhya Cafe use success of Australia as a blueprint in US is they will have problems in require resources and will affect their operation business. This is because different countries have different resources that are required by them. In this case, we know that there is lack of skills gap among employees in Australia and US. Therefore, in US, they must invest more in resources such as employees. They have a little knowledge about coffee and it will consume time in making the coffee to customers. Of course, from this, we know that it is difficult to gain loyal customers in US and earn more revenues. From there, we can assume that in US, companies need to incur more costs to make sure their business runs smoothly. Okay, so if we still proceed using this blueprint strategy for global expansion, it will cause a failure as what happened to Madhya Cafe in US. Okay, that's all from me. Next, I will pass to Nurul Badira to discuss the root causes of failure of Madhya Cafe in US market.
Thank you. Now I will explain about root causes and recommendation. The first root causes is lack of market analysis. There are difference between demographic, which is our income, and geographical culture segment and preference. Management of Madhya Cafe is not making a deep analysis of the market for coffee cafe in the US. They are not aware about culture and lifestyle preferences such as what most US people like and what flavor and menus they are prefer more. So recommendation for the root causes is improve based on the feedback from customer. Customers are allowed to give feedback or their opinion about the operation of Madhya Cafe. They can comment regarding the menu list, price and quality of coffee, and management should take it as an action. so they can improve based on environment and trends. Second recommendation, improve menu list. They should know their consumer lifestyle so they can provide a menu that aligns with their favorite customer. They also should allow their customer to create their drink, either be a simple drink or premium drink. Second root causes inefficiency in operation. Their management is effective in device strategy and operational, and their employee also not efficient. Mother Child Cafe have lack manpower to manage and operate cafe, so they decide to request manpower from Mother Mom Corporation to transfer employee who work in the fast food line. Issue that their employees do not have a skill and knowledge about the making coffee because they have been trained only to serve fast food. They have a poor management and operation in managing the cafe. In order to solve this, they need to hire or train staff. Child cafe management should invest in hiring employees that can train the new staff at the US cafe. Management can also give them a class or training on how to make a good cup of coffee and how to serve customers. They are new as a barista, then they have a low knowledge, so they can improve them and give them strong basic knowledge about coffee. This also need to do some filter before appointing a new employee. The last root causes, there are different spending habits between Australian and US people. The Australians are more willing to purchase a premium value coffee rather than the American. They do not care to spend a little bit more to enjoy the premium taste and the vibe of cafe. American, on the other hand, they will usually opt for something cheaper. They are not picky about the coffee and would purchase it if it is convenient for them. They will usually utilize the drive-thru option for their lifestyle is more lenient towards on the go. Recommendation for this issue, make loyalty or reward program. Management should set a goal for each customer to meet in order to receive any reward purchases such as free tumbler and free coffee. Every time a customer buy a cup, they will get points. It will be recorded if they register and get a card as a member. It will encourage them to spend their more money at the Mother Child Cafe. The last recommendation, promote or advertise the cafe in the creative or innovative way. The Child Cafe management should invest to create website or collaborate with other online delivery apps. Customers can use the website as a reference for looking more about menus, price, or maybe seasonal promotion. Will make them be more prepared before going to buy the coffee at the cafe. They also can order through online apps and it makes it easier for them to enjoy the coffee. Now, I will pass to the next presenter, Atira.
Thank you, Nurul. Next, I will continue to explain about the strategic management accounting model that has been implemented by the Muddy Child Cafe. First, strategic management accounting is the market competitor analysis. It means that the process of identifying competitors in your industry and researching their different marketing strategies. For instance, Muddy Child Cafe can use this information to identify the company's strengths and weaknesses relative to each competitor. For the market competitor analysis, one of the ways that we can compare is by using the SWOT analysis, which is we need to identify the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. One of the strengths of Muddy Child Cafe is that their product rated higher in terms of taste and customer preference. This can be proved by the market survey conducted by the Consumer Report magazine compared to the competitors, which are Dum Donuts and Star Baskets. Second, Muddy Child Cafe has provided high-quality coffee at the lowest price than the competitors. Next, Muddy Child Cafe always produce new menus or products to add more varieties of their product in order to attract more customers and increase their profit. Then, Muddy Child Cafe has provided the employees with in-depth training and benefit to ensure that they are having a good skill and can best assist their customers. It can also reduce the cost of purchasing coffee machine because they have a skillful employees. Lastly, Muddy Child Cafe has got the full support and help from the Muddy Mom Corporation. For instance, Madimam Corporation has been giving financial help to Madichal Cafe to fund and sustain their business performance. Madimam Corporation also has always monitoring the performance of the Madichal Cafe, such as cafe's profit and customers' demand of their products. Next, we take a look at the SWOT analysis of the competitors, which are Dum Donuts and Star Baskets. First strength of the competitors is strong advertising campaign. For instance, Dum Donuts shows strong advertising campaign by using the slogans such as "Time to make the donuts" and "America runs on D." Second, development in technology. For example, Dum Donuts has launched an application for payment to ease the customers. Third, serve high-quality coffee. For example, Star Basket use high-quality ingredients to make the espresso drinks, which are the highest quality of the Arabica coffee beans. Lastly, do a lot of corporate social responsibility. For instance, Star Basket has involved in many CSR activities in order to build its image in the community. First weaknesses of Madichal Cafe is a lack of employees. For example, in the US, Madichal Cafe has a lack of employees to give a good service to their customers. Then, Madimam Corporation also has been requested by the Madichal Cafe to transfer more employees to them to ensure that they can deliver their product to the customer faster. Second, a high cost of technology. Madichal Cafe needs to pay a higher cost to use or upgrade their system to the latest system in order to make sure that the operation of Madichal Cafe will be more efficient. A weaknesses for the competitors is that the both companies offer an expensive price than Madichal Cafe, which can make them lose their customers even though they offer high quality coffee. For the opportunities, the Madichal Cafe need to hire more employees to serve their customers. This is to ensure that the customer will be satisfied with their products and get a good service by the employees. Next, the customers' demand of Madichal Cafe's product has been increased due to the price is lower than the other competitors. Last but not least, the brand expansion. Madichal Cafe may do a collaboration or partnering with the other companies. For example, Madichal Cafe can collaborate with the famous celebrities to launch an exclusive or limited menus or coffee to attract more customers. The opportunities for the competitors is that it has the partnership. For example, Star Basket had partnered with a popular beverage maker as a strategic alliance to launch a ready-to-drink bottle Frappuccino. Meanwhile, Dum Donuts had partnered with a giant consumer goods corporation to introduce coffee drinks at retail outlets such as supermarkets and club stores. First threat of Madichal Cafe is price fluctuation. Madichal Cafe needs to ensure that the price of the raw materials that they are buying from the suppliers must be at an affordable price. Then have more competitors. Madichal Cafe had to confront two big competitors in US coffee industries, which are Dum Donuts and Star Basket, which are the longest history brands. A threat for the competitors is that their product had rated lower than the Madichal Cafe in a market survey conducted by the Consumer Report magazine in terms of the taste and customer preference. This has made the both companies scared into losing their customers to Madichal Cafe. Next, value chain analysis. It is a process where a firm identifies its primary and support activities to add value to its final product, and then analyze these activities to reduce cost or increase differentiation. There are 5 primary activities of value chain analysis in the Mother Child Cafe. First, inbound logistics consists of purchasing department that are responsible for managing the material logistics, inventory management, and dealing with the suppliers. Next, operations consists of product development department that will develop and design new menus or products to increase competitive position. Then, outbound logistics consists of operation and service departments. For example, Mother Child Cafe focuses on the counter service. For the marketing and sales, it consists of marketing department that are in charge to do the advertising campaign and promotion strategy. And the last one, services. It consists of operation and service department that has focus on the lead time to serve food to the customers. There are 4 support activities in the Mother Child Cafe. First, general administration consists of business administrative department that are collecting the transaction, sales report, budgets, and others to make the strategic decisions and improvement on the cafes. Then, human resource department consists of business administrative department who are in charge on the employees of all departments. Next, technology development consists of the information technology department that will oversee the installation and maintenance of computer network system in the organization. It is important for the decision-making process. Lastly, procurement consists of purchasing department that are managing the supply of coffees and cakes. Next, strategic management accounting model is cost and attribute analysis. There are 5 types of cost, which are direct material cost, indirect material cost, direct labor cost, maintenance cost, and lastly, marketing cost. First, direct material cost consists of coffee beans, flour, packaging, freight, storage costs, and taxes. For indirect material cost consists of overhead cost of manufacturing costs, subsidiary material cost, shop supplies cost, perishable tools, and equipment costs. For the direct labor cost consists of employee salary, employees bonus, and training costs. For the marketing cost consists of customer service, gift or discounts to customer, printed materials and display, social media monitoring, other promotion, cost of copywriting, and graphic design. Lastly, the maintenance cost consists of purchase price of coffee machine, the cost of repairing the coffee machine, and the cost of maintaining the computer network system. That's all from me. Next, I will pass to the next presenter, Nurul.
Thank you. So in conclusion, Mother Child Cafe is not supposed to use the same business model that used for cafe in Australia. They need to do more research and learn about their consumer in the other countries. They need to prepare for what they should do and should not do before they start a business, and be well prepared for the circumstances that will happen after launching a business. Management should be more innovative by thinking outside the box to provide more value-added features to customers. They need to have their own style to make sure they are different from their competitor and can attract their customer to be loyal.
That's all from my group. Thank you.